Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Explore, we're gonna explore Abzan Amalia again. Now last time I played this deck, the Explorer metagame was flooded, plagued by the Excavator combo, and that was just, the Discover combo that was ruining all of Explorer, and that card got banned, right? Every time I queue up, I face that card, I get beat on turn 3, I don't get to pull off any of the combo. But this is actually a really, really strong combo, so I want to try it out again now that we're in the post-ban meta. And this deck, I slightly tuned it a little bit just so that I can include some of the cards that I found on other deck lists. That looks really fun. And then I cut a few of the cards that was in the original deck. So let's talk about the whole deck list, shall we? We start in the early, well, before we talk about the early game, let's talk about the actual combo. So the idea is that we have Amalia and Wildgrowth Walker and in play. So Amalia, every time we gain life, she explores. And then if we'll, destroy all other creatures if Amalia's power is exactly 20. Now, along with that, we also have the Wildgrowth Walker, which is a creature whenever we explores. Whenever any of our creature explores, we put a +1/+1 counter on Wildgrowth Walker and we gain 3 life. So what does that mean? That means that every time we explore, Amalia Amalia explores, and then Wildgrowth gains life. And then, because it gains life, Amalia will explore, and because she explore, Wildgrowth will gain life, back and forth at infinitum, unless, we get to power 20, and it'll blow up the board. But, if we have something like a Selfless Savior, we can protect our board, right? That's kind of the idea of the deck. Now, that being said, what's really great about this deck is that this infinite combo doesn't have to be infinite, because we can keep going with cards like, well, not keep going, we can combo off with cards like Dina, where if we gain life, then our opponent loses life, and then we'll just kill them that way. Or we have cards like Prosperous Innkeeper, Lunar Veteran, just to double those gain life triggers, and then we'll be able to gain a lot of life and then beat our opponent to death with just big creatures. That's kind of the idea, right? It's a very good deck for that. Now, in addition to that, the rest of the deck is shells onto the combo. So a lot of cards to gain life, a lot of cards to get creatures back. And the great thing about this deck is that both Amalia and Wildgrowth Walker are 2-drop creatures. Very easy to reanimate with the deck, very easy to fetch out with the deck. So let's talk about the whole deck list. Now, in the other game, we got 4 Lunar Veteran. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we gain life. That can help trigger the Amalia Explore trigger. And then we also have 1 Selfless Savior. I cut that down from like 4 Selfless Savior just to 1, because we only needed once to give our creatures indestructible, and having too many out it gets stranded in our hand. Also, we got 3 Sentinel Scouts, which will explore for the Wildgrowth Walker's trigger, but also help us get lands into our hand. Also, we got 4 Gilded Goose. We don't have Birds of Paradise, so this is the next best thing, I guess. Gilded Goose is a small Birds of Paradise that gives us 1 mana from a food token. Then we have Prosperous Innkeeper, which is also when creature ETBs, we gain life, help trigger the Amalia, but also give us a treasure token. We have 1 mtgarena Dauntless General. This is a great card for not just, at first when I look at this card from deck list, I think it was for the Abzan Greasefang decks. But now you can also target all those blue decks that are running Treasure Cruise. No more Treasure Cruise for you, no graveyard for you. And then we have Dina Soul Steeper, which is just part of the combo, part of the win, right? And then we have 2 Return to Ranks, Convoke, Reanimate, return X target creature with mana value 2 or less. We can, if we tap 5 creatures, we're gonna bring back all of these as part of the combo, even if they're in the graveyard. 2 Extraction Specialists, kind of the same thing, reanimating a creature with mana value 2 or less. We have Chord of Calling to search our library for the creature and put it into play. And then we have 4 Collected Company. Also, look at the top 6, put 2 creatures. Maybe it will just be the combo and then we win. That's a whole deck list. Now let's look at a land base. Land base is actually kind of funny because I cut a 1 land down to 21 because I see a lot of deck lists running 21 lands. I know I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to try it out. 21 lands, very low to the ground. We got 1 of each basic, plain, swamp, forest. We got 1 Boseiju, and then 3 Mana Confluence because we need to get the lands and the color right fast. Luckily, we got a lot of life gain, so hopefully this doesn't matter as much. And we got 1 Cave of Koilos, 1 Godless Shrine, because I only have 1 Godless Shrine, otherwise I would run 2. I have 1 Blooming Marsh, 2 Dark Boar Pathway, 1 Deathcap Glade, 1 Landward Waste, 1 Overgrown Tomb. Again, this looks very janky and all over the place, and that's because I don't have the Explorer lens. If I do have the lens, I'll probably run just 4 Overgrown Tomb, and then maybe 2 Blooming Marsh, or 1 Blooming Marsh and 2 Landward Waste. Right? That's all I would do. And then for the green-white, same thing. I got 2 pathways, the branch loft pathway, 1 brushland, 1 overgrown farmland, 1 Razorverge Thicket, 1 temple garden. I will probably run just 4 temple gardens instead, if I could. Now, in addition to that, there is a small thing you got to remember. Even if you have more overgrown tombs, or more overgrown farmland, I should say, or more Deathcap Glades, do not run more than 1 each. Those are slow lands. It's a very fast deck. You will much rather run just basic lands than these. I have 1 each so that I don't get too flooded with these, but don't run more than 1 because you get stuck with an opening hand, and then you're behind on Explorer. Being behind on turn 1 means that you're probably gonna lose. So that's the whole deck list. I spent 6 minutes talking about this. Let's just go in and fight. Alright, Explorer. Amalia. It's a very strong deck. I remember as I was playing it last time, it was a very strong deck. But Explorer metagame has shifted now that Cons is in the mix, right? And I know that the fetch lands are still banned in Explorer, but oh man, the Treasure Cruise and then the Dig Through Time, those are really good cards for blue. So I'm expecting just everyone running Phoenix because I think that would be probably the strongest combo or the strongest synergy in Explorer. But that's why there's a lot of graveyard haste now. Now we're playing against D Giant. I really wish Minx and Boo is in a mix. It's such a fun deck. All right, see, tap land. This is what I was talking about. Be very careful with putting too many tap lands in your hand. We can still play with this, but we're gonna get stuck with this land that we can't actually use on turn 2. Luckily, we got 2 Goose and an Innkeeper, so I'm still gonna keep. No explorations. See, exactly. Turn 1, Canal. Definitely gonna be is it Phoenix deck? If this was a land that I could play, oh man, that's a different game. This is not a land that I could play, but I could Prosperous Innkeeper into another Goose. Will that be good? Or do I just play another Goose? I don't want my Goose to get cooked. How many people are going to get that reference? I actually don't have any card draws, which is kind of scary. So maybe I just play another Goose. And hope something happens? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to play the Innkeeper. Because the treasure token is always going to be there. I don't have to use it. Yeah, there's that Phoenix already in the graveyard. Ugh. Two Wildgrowth in our hand is not great. This is good with this if we have Amalia, which we don't right now. And there, no fetches, no searches. That's also very painful. Alright, I don't think that deck runs counterspell, so Wildgrowth Walker will be able to stick. Now, chances are they'll probably kill the Wildgrowth Walker, which is why I have 2 in the deck, or 2 in my hand. It's all a life gain, and then if the Phoenix attacks me, I can take that damage for a little bit. I play my creatures before attacking rather than attack first. I know the normal trigger or normal way of playing Magic is to attack first, but remember, I needed to play these creatures to gain life, and the Prosperous Innkeeper, they have a chance to get rid of it if they want to. So I wanted to gain that life first. Because I know the Phoenix is going to hit me soon, and he's going to get a big graveyard for that. I'm very scared. Ah, he has his own graveyard hate. That's interesting. I don't know I would have discarded that. Got a pretty big board here for no convoke. That is just a reanimator. They'll probably kill my Dina, huh? They don't have 2 lands though. Okay, I needed. Nope, that was the wrong tap. Now I gotta use up my treasure for this. I don't like that. I mean, I could play the Goose and then use the mana to Wildgrowth Walker. That gives a really big board. Do they have anything that board wipes? In that deck? I don't think so. I guess they have a burn or a counterspell or something. They're gonna bounce my Dina. Just play it again. While they're tapped out. We gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. Alright, they got their 3rd land. Let's see what's going on here. Our Gooses are nothing. They can help us convoke, but this is the worst convoke because we got nothing to bring back other than Wildgrowth Walker. And we get a land. Oh boy. Oh, this is so bad. This is such a bad hand. Okay, so what can we do? We can sack the Goose. That doesn't do anything. Our deck is full of draws, by the way. Like, we have 4 Chords of Calling, and then 4 of the other thing. The this is also Vigilance. Do we attack here? He blocks. I have to sack 2 things. Right? Yeah, I have to sack 2 things to bring it back. Only power 2. So sacking the Gilded Goose actually doesn't do anything. This is as bad of a hand as you can get, but Mana Amalia can fix that. Got any more? Now I can burn some. Actually, yeah, one Amalia still fixes that. No attacks? Does he not know it's Vigilance? Also no Explorers. Plus X plus 0. That does 3 damage. It does not X out though, so... Alright, if I all-out attack, I can bring back 3 creatures, right? I have to bring back 3 creatures, so... I need to untap 2 whites. So which is these 2 creatures. So they have to stay untapped. If I attack with these 2, it'll probably just block the Prosperous Innkeeper. Yep. Alright, let's see. We need to bring back 3, right? All 3, please. It's a lot of triggers. Does that kill him? Just Dina. Just the Dina with the 1 life gain, man. Oh boy. That's a lot of triggers. Alright, it doesn't kill him. Or does it? That's 1 treasure. Oh, I should have tapped these gooses. I could have killed him with it. He's at 2 though. I'm at 38 and he's at 2. I don't know how you can get out of that. If I tap the gooses, I'll have 2 more lands. I can use 1 to sacrifice a veteran, and then use another 1 to cast a veteran. That gains me 2 life. That would have been game. Okay, that was a mislethal. If you're not sure what I mean by that, if I had these 2 gooses tapped for the convoke instead of these 2 lands, Treasure Cruise, good card. Yep, I could have used the 1 mana to sacrifice the Lunarch veteran, and then on the backside of the Lunarch veteran is the Lunarch Phantom, which I can cast with the leftover 2 mana. Oh, 1 mana and 1 treasure. And then that will be another creature into the battlefield, so that will gain 2 life, which will deal 2 more damage to him. Still, he died on his turn anyways. We had a horrendous draw that game, but we were able to pull it out thanks to Dina. Dina is a very good card. It is a 2-drop, or it is a 2-drop legendary, so you don't want to run 4 off in your deck unless it's the heart of the combo. Our heart is Amalia. Not that we ever drew her. We also have 4 Chords of Calling, or is it Chords of Calling? And then 4, it's CC, Collect the Company, right? And we never drew any of those. We also have 3 Xeno Scout, which is our Explorer, which we never drew. Yeah, so, you know, we had a lot of creatures that was, well, I had a lot of cards that can win us the game. We did not draw any of them, but we won anyways. Wait, I have a response. You funny. Alright, we got Scout. We will scout that out. We do go first, so I will keep this. Okay hand. Yeah, it is okay hand. Ayya. It's a good card, but is it good enough for me to keep? I don't need to draw a land next turn, right? Next turn I'm Amalia. Am I Amalia next turn? Or am I playing a Lunarch veteran? Huh. It's a good card. I don't want to throw it away because I do need that. Whoa, Xander Lounge. That's interesting. Alright, whenever we gain life, we will explore. So... let's have that going for us. Not sure if I get to do that. Depending on whether or not Amalia survives. He's probably going to kill Amalia right now. Yep. Makes sense. So, can we Chords of Calling? That's going for 0 right now. I don't want to play the Lunarch Veteran, because I can only play 1 card. Let's just play the Dina. If I knew I was going to draw another Veteran, I would have tossed that Veteran. Alright, he has no lands. That's good for me. I will pay 2 life. Shock this in. So, do we want to CC? We can't CC. We can call Chords of Calling for 2. What are we going to get for 2, though? Alright, so whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we will gain life. And whenever we gain life, we can explore, right? Do we want to do that? Get in the... well, basically, this will get us an Amalia, which is not the combo. If we wait a turn... Chords of Calling really only brings in 2 creatures. So... or 1 creature. So there's no way we can bring in both. And I think Amalia is more important. Let's bring in our Amalia. We gain a life, and then we'll explore. We got our land. Next turn we can CC. They have to kill Amalia right now. Well, they don't have to, but it's... Okay. I mean, I don't have to win, but I guess they're just that scared. They're just that scared. Rank straight up. To Kalachina. During a draft with other player, I did not read the rest. That was... My internet's too fast, apparently. Benning Hammer? Ah, we no longer get to go first, but we got the combo in hand. This is very scary, because I really need something, right? Blue Spirit. Yikes. Oh boy. Blue Spirit will probably kill me. Okay, life gain. And then this is sack for... Yeah, this is sack for non-creature spell, right? I'll have this enter for black. Do they have a counter spell? This doesn't give it away yet. But if he taps out... Also, he's got 1 mana left. Counter target instant or sorcery, which mine are not instant or sorcery. So if I play Amalia and Wildgrowth Walker, does that lethal? Guess we'll find out, right? He has some plays. Probably a bounce spell, honestly. He's got 1 mana. Oh, that's the card. Didn't expect that. Do we play this? I mean, he's gonna make me... he's gonna counter my next play, right? So yeah, okay, let's play it. That's a really good counter spell. Another Mausoleum. Alright, all my instant sorceries are deck cards. That's fun. That's a really good opener too, so... we have nothing to fight that, so I guess we just lose here. This is Convoke, right? I need this white mana, because I don't have other white mana. And then I will pay 2. He has to sacrifice both. I can only pay 1? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll only pay 1. I don't want to auto pay. White. White. Why can't I tap? Activate ability. Okay, that is an ability. I'm confused. How does he want to counter this? Slip out the back. I still gain the life. Spectral Sailor. Huh. Does he have 10 damage on me? Ascendant Spirit. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more spirit and I die. That's GG. Oh, let's limit attack. Yeah. It was close, but they went first and they had a really good draw. So, we had a pretty good draw too, but I could not fight that kind of nonsense. Turn 1, Geist. Turn 2, buff the Geist, and then have a 1 mana counter spell. That is, oh boy, that's something else. I tell you what. To show only card from the Lost Cavern of Ixalan in the deck builder, Type set :LCI. Yeah. You can just... There's an option you can just toggle. Alright, we're gonna go first. We got... Oh, we got Chord of Calling. Okay, good. Let's keep... 32 life. My goose is cooked. I want this on the green side, I think. I can play another Innkeeper. Oh boy. It's actually kind of funny. Get to explore twice. I'll put that in the graveyard. I have one in my hand. That's a good card keep. Not that it matters. If he has nothing to stop this. I have nothing to stop this. Does it just pop the whole board here? I just draw a bunch of lands, I guess. Draw all the lands. Chords of Calling. Do I want that with my Amalia? Wait, I can't. I can respond to that, can I? I have enough for Chords of Calling. I'm confused. Oh, because it's triggering? That's a 22-22 on turn 3. Did I Fatal Push? They don't have Fatal Push? We still won. Didn't matter here. Go Amalia. I mean, okay, so something you gotta remember is that once it triggers, it won't let you... that's weird, though. It should let me cast Chords of Calling, but there was a bug. So that was definitely a bug. Let me talk about what that actually was. So, here's the idea of the deck that I had in my hand. I have 3 green creatures. So with Amalia, if you look at the Amalia and the Wildgrowth trigger combo, right? Whenever you gain life, Amalia explores, then destroy all. So drain that whenever you gain life. That's a triggered ability. And then whenever a creature you control explores, put on counter and you gain 3 life. That's another trigger ability. So once the trigger ability goes on the stack, right? I don't think I clicked resolve all. Did I? It did not. The arrow didn't show up. So what should happen is that I think Arena did code this into the loop so that it triggers a lot faster. But when it's triggering, there is on the stack, which means that I can react to my own trigger. And to react to that own trigger, I should be able to cast Chords of Calling. And if I were able to do that, I have 5 creatures on board, casting Chords of Calling for exactly 5, which is an instant speed, right? For Convoke, tap 5 of my creatures, I should be able to bring out Dina. And if I can bring out Dina, that would kill them. Or I can bring out, actually no, I should bring out Dina, right? Nothing else. If I brought out Selfless Savior, it would be really bad because I can't stop the combo and then I would just go infinite. I'll go to infinite life and then the game would just be a draw. So yeah, it's Dina that I wanted to make them lose all their life. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. Still won though, didn't matter, right? This is an infinite combo that stops itself, which is very important. I think they did think about this when they put Amalia's trigger in there. So yeah, Ward, instead of paying 3 life, should pay life equal to her power. So that makes more sense as a combo stopper. And then destroy all other creature if its power is exactly 20, and her power was 20, and it broke all the creatures, and Amalia started attacking. So that's kind of the idea. The thing is, whenever we get a land, right, Amalia doesn't grow, so we can keep drawing lands. And then Wildgrowth Walker gave us a lot of life. So we were at like 68 at the end, not 69 unfortunately, 68 at the end, and we were able to just kind of outlast our opponent. Our opponent looks like it was mono black, and I don't think mono black can deal 68 damage before we assemble the other part of the combo again. And yeah, beat them hard. This is a good deck. This is a good deck without those crazy combos that's stopping us. That Spirit game was insane because they went first. They got a counterspell on turn 2 so that we couldn't really do anything, and that was what lost us the game. But overall, though, I would say that this deck still beats the Spirit deck more times than not because, you know, the combo is really fast, and they really have nothing to stop that once the creatures are in play. So that's the whole combo. That's the whole deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.